Hi everyone, and welcome again to another beautiful series still on friendship. David and Jonathan, and the last series we checked out the so-called friendship between David and King Saul and everything that happened. And today we are going to be continuing where we stopped. We talked the last time we ended the story by saying King Saul offered David his daughter Michal as a wife, not out of love. He was actually looking for a way to get rid of David. The friendship had already become sour. David was not aware. He was still doing the good boy, the family friend thing and all that. King Saul gathered his men, all the people close to him, I guess the key people in the palace, and called Jonathan his son and said, come, let me tell you guys something. Should you see this boy David in this palace? This boy is a threat. This boy is a big threat. And he specifically told Jonathan, he said, Jonathan, you are supposed to be the next king of Israel. But with this boy that I'm looking at, it will be very impossible for you to be the next king of Israel. So what do you think we have to do? We have to get rid of him. So, being a good friend that Jonathan was, he played along. He said, okay, daddy, okay, whatever you say, let's see what happens. And he told them, all of you should be on the watch. At any time you spot him, just find a way. The goal is to finish him up. So what did Jonathan do? Being a good friend, Jonathan went to David. And remember, Jonathan was the only one here at risk. Because King Saul was still on the throne. And then his fear was just that out of the love that people had for David and the fact that David was a valiant man, a man of war, he was a warrior, he was loved, he was doing amazingly well. He was scared that David was going to take over the throne. And then there were a lot of things that have happened, prophecies from Prophet Samuel, a lot of things. He began to say, hey, are you sure God is not a kind of preparing this boy to take over from me? So the only thing on his mind was to get rid of David. David had left his father's house and moved to the palace. And they were giving him palace treats. And in his mind, God has settled me. I found another home for myself. But rather than finding another home, he got friends and enemies for himself. And he was in the middle of death. So Jonathan told him, oh boy, you have to take your leave. You have to run. He told him everything. See what my father said. See why he said it, that you are more of a threat in this palace. And you might be the one to take over from me. And David said, oh, looks like what God has been telling me. But what do we do? Jonathan said, don't worry, I don't even care. You mean a lot to me, and if God is saying you are taking over the kingship, so be it. The only thing you will do is to promise me that anything that comes in my name, my children, anything at all that you find around you that has to do with me, promise me that you're going to take good care of them. And once again, they made a covenant friends. They said, don't worry, I'll be there for you. I got your back. Same way today, we have a lot of friends who tell each other, don't worry, I got you. I got your back. That's one of the sweetest things anyone can say to you. That's one of the sweetest words you can hear, knowing that someone is there for you, being reassured every time that someone got your back, So, Jonathan got David's back. Even in the midst of all of this, Jonathan got David's back. And mind you, Jonathan helped David to escape. And the escape was so smooth that Michal, Saul's daughter, that was planted in the life of David, to be a spy and to help to fast track the whole thing, was also there protecting the life of David. So why King Saul sent people to the house of Michal, to David's house, to say, go and get that guy for me. No, I can't wait. I've lost my patience. I want to kill him. She helped David to escape. Then what did she do? She took plantain stumps, put them on the bed, covered them with a wrapper, and told them that, oh, David is sick, he's sleeping. Once he wakes up, I'll personally bring him to the palace. Tell daddy that we'll be at the palace once he wakes up. I don't want to wake my darling husband. And make sure that he helped David to escape. So by the time David had escaped, ran away, he discovered that, oh, Michal was actually covering up for David. So King Saul became a loser. Oh, it didn't work. Jonathan was there for David and Michal was there. We need friends in life. We need friends to scale through. We need friends to go through life. And Jonathan and Michal were good friends and they were there for David. So check once again. When it comes to choosing between the things that you love, that you idolize, and a friend that you have covenanted or that you have given your word that you'll be there for them, what would you do? When Jonathan was faced with the decision to choose between the throne and David, his beloved friend, what did he do? If you were in Jonathan's shoes, what would you do? Nowadays, people trade friendship for anything. They are ready to sell their friends for money. They are ready to sell their loved ones for any kind or any form of gain. What kind of friend are you? What kind of friend are you also keeping? Kindly answer these questions and do well to amend your circle of friends. Keep them as simple, as small, and as valuable as it should be. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.